just before we get started with episode 82, that's right, we're on the road to 100 episodes of Superstar Spotlight. I want to thank my good sponsors, the good homies, my boy Ian30. Shout out Ian, he does the intros, the outros. He's basically sort of my backbone. Without Ian, some of the cool stuff that you see on the Instagrams and the Facebook don't happen. We also got Skittle Squad, which coming up in June, he's got Yardcore 4, King of the Yard, freaking deathmatch tournament, super underground. It's a good time. I'll be there ring announcing. Hit up Skittle for the address, join the Discord server, find out what you're missing out on. We also got Pookie Wrestlers outside the Canadian region. Shout out Pookie for making all these great, beautiful Pookie-fied wrestler designs just like this one right here. This will be in the sticker form soon, don't you worry. We also got the Bocce Boys. Shout out Hammer and the crew, always doing the thing. They got some pretty cool merch, as you can see right behind me. The flag, shirts, pins, hoodies, freaking shot glasses, pint glasses, all that good stuff over at thebocceboys.com. And last but not least, my girl B-Dub Photos. Shout out Becca Dub doing the damn thing. Get a cool photographer and do the cool photographer thing. And my guest for the evening, a gentleman who I can proudly say had the Deathmatch United Deathmatch of the freaking year against Hoodfoot. If you don't know who I'm talking about, before I even bring him in, absolutely killing it everywhere he goes, and is doing his own damn little thing in Georgia, which we will cover. I'm talking about the Killbilly. Nathan Mowery is here in the Soup Kitchen Studios. What's up, Nathan?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Same old, same old. It's freaking 9 degrees right now. I don't think anyone's excited for the goddamn polar vortex coming up tomorrow and this weekend. How is it over in the south with the weather?
Right now, it's starting to be rainy, but this weekend it's about to get like insane. We were supposed to do TWE this weekend. It was me and Tank versus the Blairs, but
oh damn!
The show got canceled, so because it's just going to be so insane. So.
Oh yeah, the one. Literally yesterday, I heard the freaking plow trucks just zooming through, and I was like, "Oh no, they're burying my car in." But Nathan, I am ready to get these questions underway. If you are, you got so many good questions.
Oh, I'm ready.
But I am gonna kick it off with this one because I gotta know, Nathan Mowery, what is 2026 looking like for Blood and Honey?
Man, so we got so we're coming back April 25th. So that is our first show back. We're going to have 8 matches, so this will be the biggest Blood and Honey.
Oh my goodness!
We got a lot of people returning from the past seasons and a bunch of new people, too, that I'm really excited to get in the mix. Some people who haven't wrestled in Georgia, or it's been like a really long time since they wrestled in Georgia. And
hell yeah!
So yeah, typically, like for the first year, I did 3 shows. Second year, I did 3 shows. This year, I have 3, and I potentially might do 2 more. I'm talking about potentially extending it and doing 2 more because there's like so many wrestlers and people and ideas that I want to implement and do, and so many wrestlers that I just want to be in the mix. And so some of my friends will be like, "Yo, can I get on Blood and Honey?"
Oh yeah,
man, I want you to, but I'm trying to like figure out how to get all these other people that I'm super stoked about on the show. And
absolutely,
yeah. And I already got the first card pretty close to finalize. There's like 2 matches I'm trying to like figure out still, but I'm really proud of it. And I think this year we're going to have some. It's going to be the best year yet for Blood and Honey. It's going to be bigger. We got some like really crazy things planned.
I am very excited because the shout out Yoshihiro. I believe his name's Luis. I could be wrong, but I always see him posted up. He's your fucking weapons guy. Fucking always pulling through with some of the craziest, most old school looking shit. And that's what I love about Blood and Honey. Y'all bring that vibe to that little old Monk's Meadery, and they fucking love it down in Atlanta. I love the scene that you're building down there. The little vibe that is Blood and Honey. And I also got to know, Nathan, how did Blood and Honey become a thing? How did it begin? And what made you want to run a promotion?
Yeah, so like I have a friend. Their name is Broadway. Broadway is like an actress friend of mine, and Brian works at Monk's Meadery in Atlanta. It's the same meadery that does like the Georgia Renaissance Festival. So I don't know if you're familiar with mead. It's like this like honey wine type of thing.
Yep.
So Broadway was like, hey, we want to start like doing these shows. Like they'll do stand up comedy and just whatever. And so they were following what I was doing on Instagram. Was like, hey, we want you to do a deathmatch show. We'll give you like a little bit of like money and try to like have you like put on a show to see if people dig it. And I was like, awesome, because like in the South in general, not like a lot of deathmatch promotions, like not a lot.
Oh yeah,
regularly anyway. I mean, TPW used to in Knoxville, and IWA Deep South runs every now and again.
Yeah,
but it's just like outside of like that, it's like there's a big gap, especially in the city of Atlanta. No one's ever done death matches in the city of Atlanta, to the best of my knowledge. And me having a background in like filmmaking, I was like, okay, well, I have the opportunity to do something really cool. I can use my nicer cameras and shoot vignettes and like do TV quality like video packages and stuff. Because I've edited like video packages for like wrestling on TV and stuff before. So I'm like, all right, well, if I do this for my own thing and then present deathmatch in like almost like a cinematic way in my neck of the woods, and I just really love Southern deathmatch wrestling, so I really want to just do what I can to help contribute growing it in my
absolutely. And that is something you are doing right now. I've never seen so much more hype go around one little place. Everyone's like, oh my god, Atlanta, Georgia, Blood Honey. Literally, I got people harassing me to come down, Nathan. It may happen.
Dude,
I'd love to I need to. It's on the bucket list.
Hell yeah.
I'd love to come to Atlanta. That literally Blood Honey looks like somewhere I belong, honestly. Like it is a place.
My basement. We have
yes
room down there. Come on down, dude.
Absolutely. I might just have to, Nathan, now that you get through that offer up there. I will keep you in the loop, honestly. Oh, yeah. And speaking of, you talk about making these televised wrestling packages. I gotta know, this is not fan submitted. This is submitted by yours truly, Nathan. What's it like working for Diamond Dallas Page?
Dude, Diamond Dallas Page is awesome, man. I've worked for him like since 2013, so the majority of my adult life, and he really is somebody who really walks his talk. And so, like, it's not a gimmick. He is a very positive, very helpful person. He really just like you can tell he's very fulfilled when he gets the opportunity to help people. And I've seen so many people come through, whether it's like people that need to kind of overcome like addictions and friends that he's had. Like if you've ever seen the resurrection of Jake.
Oh my god, the Jake Roberts one, yeah. Jake Roberts, Scott Hall. I know he recently he's helping Abdul the Butcher right now. Yeah, Homeboy's back to walking.
Butterbean.
Yeah.
Bagwell. I mean, Dallas like has done so many miracles. It's like he's running out of miracles to do. You know what I mean? It's
quite literally.
Yeah. So working with Dallas is absolutely incredible. I've been very blessed to have such a long job. Like, for instance, here's like a good example of kind of the character that Dallas has. In 2013, I had this thing called Guillain-Barré syndrome, and it was like the sickness that paralyzed me and put me in the hospital. And I was like in a wheelchair for a while, and it was just like a bad sickness, right? And I was working with Dallas for maybe like a month and a half. And I was sick for maybe 3 months, and Dallas still paid me because he knew like I was in like just a bad thing, and he didn't have to because I was so new.
Yeah.
I mean, so and he's always done things like that, and it's just I can't say enough great things about Dallas or Steve Yu, who's the president of DDP Yoga, just DDP Yoga in general. And if anybody's out there listening, y'all need to go try DDP Yoga. Dude.
I've done it a couple times. I enjoyed it, honestly.
Hell yeah.
I've done some demo videos. I've seen somebody like lended me a CD once, and I was like, I gotta check this out. Freaking did it for the couple months. I was like, oh man,
dude, you gotta try the app out. We got like crazy amounts of stuff on there. We got like cooking videos and some rad shit. So
I'm gonna definitely have to check that out.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that. Shout out DDP for everything that he's doing. Yeah. But I'm going to keep the fun character questions going because DDP, and I feel like this character would have some fun. Nathan Mowery, a fan wants to know, what's his favorite hardcore hillbilly story? Even if you have a couple.
Man, we could do an entire podcast on hardcore hillbillies. I could, dude. I was talking about the other day. I'm like, man, I want to do like a YouTube video because I've collected so much footage for him just being around all the time. Because he's like, I always say he's like my real life Kimmy Gibbler. He just shows up at my house unannounced. It's like he doesn't drive. I don't know how
he did do that at your podcast. Yeah, he did do that for his podcast.
Yeah, dude, he was in this
came to your house.
I'm like on Instagram and I see him talking to you on this podcast, and I'm like, what the hell, bro? That's my office.
How'd you get in here?
Yeah, how'd you get in here, dude? Nah, he's the best dude. But man, I think like one of my go-tos is him getting blown up at the Grundle Run.
Oh my god, yeah, he even told that one on. I love the Grundle Run story.
Yeah, I love it. So from my perspective on it, like it was me versus JJ Escobar. And it was basically Team Coven of the Go versus Team POR. So Jesse Daniels and also Hardcore Hillbilly were on JJ's side. And on my side, we had Rev Dan Wilson, Selena Cyanide, and CJ Lawler. And Hillbilly was like, yeah, I want to get blown up. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. On it. And we're like, yeah, man. And we went by the fireworks store, and we got this massive roll, just like huge roll. I think there was just a good price on it or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We just got like the big one. And we ended up like it was like all under the ring. We're like, hey, man, that's kind of big. We need to cut it down. And we cut out a big portion, but it was still kind of too big.
Oh, God.
Billy just like was like, I'm not going to wear anything underneath to protect me. I'm not going to wear like an extra pair of jeans. It was just like his overalls and like his boxers. And I'm like, hey, man, you can like put stuff under there like to maybe, protect yourself from not, being blown up, So he, like when the spot comes, like Selena has the firecrackers and she puts it on Hillbilly, sets it off, and he just goes up in a ball of light and just explodes. And I'm on the ground just dying laughing because it's genuinely hilarious. And then we get back to like my house. Hillbilly like comes out of the bathroom and he's like, yeah, man, like I think it got me pretty bad. And he shows us like he lowers his overalls and shows us his back. And me and my buddy Tyler were like, okay, yeah, that's pretty bad. And then he lowers his pants and shows us his ass, and we're like, oh no, my God.
From what he said, it looked like Freddy Krueger.
It did, yes. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
that is fucking... Hardcore Hillbilly is a one-of-a-kind individual.
He is.
I fucking love him.
Earlier last year, I was trying to show him how to drive and everything. And it was like, he was just like, he was so just kind of like...
antsy about it.
He was starting to get, amped up, kind of like getting his head or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, we've like blown you up with fireworks. And this is the thing that gets you kind of like, fired up. So, which is pretty great. So, but yeah, I love Drew, man. He's awesome. He's like me and Michaela, my wife, we call him our son. So he just feels like our like kid he's over here all the time. And like, if he's gone for like a long time, we're kind of bummed out, So I love the Hardcore Hillbilly dude.
It's so crazy. Me and him share the same shoot name, and we're the same age.
Oh, nice.
It's fucking nuts.
Hell yeah.
Like, once I heard when he was on the one big podcast on YouTube, I'm blanking out on the name, and then he said he was like, oh yeah, I was a COVID graduate. I was like, shit, I was too, dog. What the fuck?
All right.
But I also got would you ever get blown up, Nathan Mowery, with the firecrackers?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's going to happen at some point. I'm surprised it hasn't already happened. Like, I'm sure if me and Hillbilly ever wrestle again, it'll probably.
That's how the match starts. Y'all are just fucking wrapped around. The loser lights the winner, or fucking, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But Nathan, I got another great question. So you'll do that, but I gotta know, what are some of your deathmatch no-nos? Is there any spots you won't take? Any weapons you don't like?
Oh, man. I'm pretty open to most things, honestly, man. A lot of people like say no fire, but that's like what
I was literally gonna say.
Trying to think. Maybe just not heights. I'm not big on like, being thrown off like a balcony or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Just 'cause I don't think I could like nail it. I don't know. Like I don't know. Probably just I'd say heights and maybe just like stuff like pigeon spikes or something like that.
Yeah,
But,
like the real no-nos, the pencil boards, the pigeon
yeah, like
spikes.
that kind of stuff, or just like, I mean, and or just stuff that like sucks. You know what I mean? Like it, not from a pain standpoint, but if it's like not a cool visual or whatever, it's like why even bother doing it? So
So, what's Nathan Mowery's take on barefoot death matches? Would you do one?
I have done one actually.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I did one against Sarah Dox, and it was literally the most painful thing that I've ever done, I think, in wrestling. Like, it was so gross. And here's like I just wanted to do it because I'm like, oh, everyone gets so squeamish about the idea of doing barefoot death match, and that's like even grosser. And a lot of death match workers are like, nah, I don't know. So it kind of made me want to do it more in a way, So like I wrestled Sarah. This is TPW in Knoxville, and like, yeah, we're doing like Legos and pine cones and like thumbtacks and everything. And then we did like light tubes. And the light tubes were like, that was like awful because some of the glass shot up inside of my feet and then I wasn't able to pull all of it out. And so some of it healed inside of my foot. So
Ooh.
months, like glass was pushing its way on my foot. My foot was like rejecting this glass. And then like around Thanksgiving, so this was like 5 months after the fact, we're like at Michaela's family's like Thanksgiving, and we're all like watching a movie, we're like watching Home Alone or something, and then my foot finally just pushes out like this big piece of glass, and I was like, oh my god, and then their whole time was like, oh my god.
That is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's on
Holy
YouTube.
shit.
Check it out, it's real gross. So and Sarah put a bunch of syringes on the bottom of my feet, so it was just nasty.
Ugh. I was gonna bet. Fun fact: I used to backyard wrestle like the rest of us, and I was a barefoot backyarder, and I did some fucking stupid shit.
Nice.
I did. So whenever someone's like, "Oh yeah, no barefoot," I'm like, "No, I get you. That shit." So I still have so many cuts from the yesteryears of doing fucking Lego spots, thumbtack bats, and fucking light tubes, and it's
It was awful. It just like it took like months to heal from that,
It
So
fucking did.
yeah, so
I'm still healing from it.
yeah, that might be a one and done for me.
Oh, 100%. But Nathan, I'm going to keep the questions a-flowing here. I got to know, what made you want to become a professional wrestler? And any memory of your first wrestling match and your first death match?
Let's see. I think what made me want to be a wrestler is actually I'll start with my first time I was exposed to wrestling and
Absolutely.
Like being in the South, wrestling is a pretty like popular thing. And I didn't really get into it initially like with everybody else, but I kind of got into it about 2004 or so. So I was about like 13, 14 or whatever. And like that's what drew me in. I just happened to be flipping through channels and I saw Matt Hardy and Edge and that whole conflict and everything. And that was super engaging to me. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And then it was like around that time or a few months later, they brought back ECW and they did the ECW One Night Stands. And I was like, oh, there's like this like other style of wrestling. And then through that on YouTube, I started Googling like extreme wrestling, and through that's how you find like FMW and CZW. And then I see Nick Mondo get hit with a weed whacker and
Oh,
thrown
yeah.
off the roof. And that was like my first exposure to like deathmatch, or Onita and Terry Funk being blown up. And I'm just like, yo, what is this? This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I've just been like hooked since being like a 14, 15-year-old kid, seeing the more extreme wrestling. And I mean, there's like clips, I post them sometimes like on my Instagram of like me as a teenager just jumping through light tubes or setting myself on fire, or just this has just been something and somebody that I am, So like wrestling and just doing crazy stunts or things has always been a part of who I am as a person. And I as I got older, like I was like, man, I kind of want to do wrestling. I'm like, at the time, I think I was like 28, 29. And I was like, man, I'm only getting older. I really need, if I want to do this, I need to do it. So, and I always say there's two kinds of people in the world. There's the oh wells and the what ifs. When you're older, do you want to be a guy that says, what if I try to be a deathmatch wrestler? Or would you want to be an old man and fail at something you wanted to do and be like, oh, well, at least I tried. And so I'd rather be an oh well kind of guy. I'd rather go out and just mess it up and like look like an idiot and then it not work out for me than never make the attempt. And I ended up like going to like because I worked at like I was a part of like AEW's like video team in the very beginning, and I think it was their one of their first like all in shows. GCW did a show the night before in Chicago, and the main event was Nick Gage versus Effie, and I went to that show, and I remember just seeing Nick Gage and Effie and being like, "Holy shit!" Like this, like seeing this style of wrestling like in person. Like I always watched it on TV, but for whatever reason, I never actually went out my way and actually saw a real deathmatch show, and that made me stoked. And I was like, you know what, I want to do this. Like that's what maybe kind of pushed me over the edge to really do it. And then I ended up, I talked to QT at QT Marshall at AEW, and then Luther like was moving in and being a coach there. So I ended up getting connected with Luther and training a little bit there. And then then like COVID was kind of happening, and I kind of just like fell out of it, and I wasn't really fully committed to it. And then a few years, maybe like a few months later, I got connected with Jimmy Wang Yang, and then started learning and training with him. So then I've just been training with him every week ever since then. So that's kind of what got me into wrestling, and just kind of being in Georgia. Rev Dan and Tank were involved in the first matches I was ever a part of here in the South, and they took a liking to me and took me under their wing. And then I was joined Coven and the Goat when I was like 10 matches in or something like that. And then, been with them ever since.
Hell yeah! And I was literally about to say, when did one get involved with the Coven?
Yeah.
And is there any plan for Coven? What's Coven's plan for 2026?
Yeah, dude. So it's like, sorry, I was like long-winded.
No, that was beautiful.
No, but yeah, dude. So like, Coven's plan for 2026 is like just to continue to like just keep kicking ass and striking fear into the hearts of the independent wrestling world, or hell, the entire wrestling world. We got the TWE Tag Team Championships, and it's been just brutal beatdowns. And I've been like hitting people harder than I ever have, and I really want to like increase the intensity and brutality that I've had from the past few years. I watch some of my other matches. I'm like, no, I can be more brutal. I can be more intense, and I want to have that thing where I want to be looked at kind of like Tank. I'm kind of in Tank's. I'm Tank's tag partner. I'm in Tank's shadow. I'm like I'm his protege, and so I want to have that kind of like fear and respect that Tank gives out into the deathmatch scene. So we're going to just terrorize with our tag team championships. Hope to do more in ICW and wherever else, and whatever other companies want to bring us out to raise hell.
Hell yeah! And I was about to say, is there any dream places that you yourself, Nathan Mowery, want to see yourself in? Any dream companies? Any maybe overseas? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean overseas would be really cool. We were supposed to like go to Scotland last year, but it unfortunately did not end up working out. But I mean, every deathmatch wrestler is to go to Japan. That's something I always want to do. Like that's something I'd love to be a part of. Whether it's like Big Japan or Die or Freedoms or even FMWE, Onita's company. It'd be
Oh yeah,
blown up with explosives in Japan. That's kind of a big picture dream. Yeah, and as far as any company, any company that wants me, so
hell yeah,
I'm open to whatever. So hit me up.
And then we also have this one that'll lead me to this one, fan submitted, and also, whoa, Jeff the Cat just slipped.
Oh, no,
That
Jeff.
was crazy. He's all good though. He's a survivor. But fan submitted question: someone wants to know, when will he fight Schlack? And is there anyone else on the Kill Billy's dream deathmatch opponent list?
Dude, yeah, I would love the opportunity to fight Schlack and kind of like prove myself against somebody of like that caliber. I want to be crazy, and I want to prove that I'm tough. And like, if that opportunity ever happens, that will be one that I really show out and go absolutely wild.
Bad shit.
Trust me. Yeah, absolutely. So, but but yeah, I mean, obviously him, that would be huge. Matt Tremont's a huge one for me that I haven't got to work yet. Nick Gage, I would love to work Nick Gage. Obviously, he's the man. Like
Oh yeah.
I was supposed to work on last year, but unfortunately didn't happen. So man, that would be really cool. Yeah, I have a whole list of people. There's just so many people that I would love the opportunity to work. I would love to prove myself against like the Necro Butcher or whatever to see if I see. Just I just want to see how tough I truly am, and
Oh yeah.
that's the measuring stick against that. I'd love to have a singles against Masada. Same kind of idea. He's like the top of the food chain. So like that's like I had me and Tank had a match against him and Hoodfoot for SVN, but I would love just to do like a singles with him. He's
Oh
like,
yeah.
somebody that I look up to, So, but yeah, the list is like long, Effie, somebody I want to, work. Effie lives in Atlanta as well. And, so.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I just have like a massive list of people. I'm sure there's other people that are like I'm forgetting to mention. So yeah, just tons of people.
I love it. Well, Jeff the Cat picked the next question. That would
Right,
whenever he's here, he usually gets the pick. But Jeff wants to know. I love that he picked this one. Nathan Mowery, what is your perfect appetizer platter? You have up to 4 items to pick.
Man, this is gonna be rough. I love. I immediately just think about Applebee's because sometimes they do a lot of mixed kind of platters there. So I don't know. Like maybe we'll go with chips and queso. I think is a good one for a good. That's always great. Always a fan favorite. I don't know if this counts as like an appetizer type of food, but I've seen it as appetizers again at Chili's, at Applebee's, but just wings. You can have just like
all right
4 or 5 wings as part of this platter. I think that could technically count.
I will count it
as an appetizer. And then we got to go with a good classic potato skins. I love a good potato skin.
Hell yeah,
those are really good. And what do we get 4 of these?
You got one more.
Oh man, what is that last one going to be?
There's so many good options.
There truly is. And I know like I'm going to say something, but then I'm going to think about other things that I quite enjoy later. Man, I don't know. I'm just going to pick something simple. I'm just going to go with just a classic, just warm roll with butter.
Oh hell yeah!
Just nice warm bread is always.
I love that.
Is always delightful. So
that is such a choice. And Jeff is back, so that means I'm letting pick another one.
Oh yeah.
Jeff wants to know what it was like to end the legacy of Insane Lane. That's a good one, Jeff.
Yeah, great one, Jeff. Yeah. It was awesome. Insane Lane is like, someone that's been around for a very long time and here in the Southern Deathmatch scene. He's one of the pillars of Southern Deathmatch. And so it was cool that I was chosen to be the one to kind of end the character of like Insane Lane. And like when he kind of like went through what he was kind of going through, I didn't like didn't really like see eye to eye with him at first, and I didn't know if I really even liked him at first. And then when we started working and everything together, leading up to the match, I was like, this guy's really awesome. We talked out a lot of like whatever issues, and he's like such a rad dude, and he's such a badass, and he like he comes to like the Blood and Honeys and hangs out, and that match was really fun. Like I think that was voted like We Are Wrestling's or We Love Wrestling's. That
was their match of the year, and that was the DMU one too.
Yeah, I was really stoked with that. Lane's a badass. That match I'm really proud of. It was really cool just ending like I set like this burning crucifix on fire and took him out with it, and just it was take Old Yeller behind the
so
bar,
good,
type of thing. So yeah, I love Lane. I love Lane Bloody. So he's he rules. I'm glad he's back in like the the scene. He's back in the swing of it, back in the circle and everything. So
I am honestly too, because when I had him on, he was such a nice guy. Like I was like, holy shit! Like this dude rules. Yeah, like, I legit hope I get to meet him soon, and I hope he gets to be on a Blood Honey sooner than later.
Absolutely.
Too.
Hey, we'll see. you know. So it's yeah, it's crazy because like the beginning of this year, like when he first started doing stuff, I was like, man, I don't know if I like this lane dude. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then he like now he's like he came to like my birthday party. Now we just like hang out. Like I really like the dude. So he's cool in my book.
Hell yeah. And I gotta know, Nathan, and as we were talking, you've had Deathmatch of the Year at We Love, you had DMU's Deathmatch of the Year. I gotta know, what have been some of your favorite death matches you've been a part of that you've done so far?
Man, there's like a lot.
You have a catalog, my
I
friend.
do. I have a whole playlist on YouTube. So if you guys look up look up my matches on YouTube, there's like I said, a whole playlist you can pick from. But obviously, I think my favorite match that I've had is like a match with Hoodfoot last year for ICW. That's the match I feel like put me on the map and what I'm most known for, I think. So really proud of that one. I really love me versus Dale Patricks from like ICW last year. I think that was really good. Me and Tank versus Masada and Hoodfoot. I really loved that one. Me and JJ Escobar part 3 for Vice TV. You know, where I got blown up in an RV.
Oh yeah.
That one's just a really fun one. There's like man, I've had a lot of really cool matches. I like the Hoodfoot match I just had. Like the Hoodfoot 2 was really rad, and the one I had with Mr. Danger at Blood and Honey, and one
You
that I
and
think,
Dimitri.
yeah,
You and
me and
Dimitri was a
Dimitri.
freaking banger in Vegas.
Thank you. Yeah,
Oh
I love doing
yeah.
stuff there, and I think me versus Spectre from Blood and Honey 4. I think that one is really good. That one I'm really proud of. I want like more people to check that one out if they're bored and they're like, man, what, like if they want like a Blood and Honey match to see, like that's, I think that was the one to watch. I think watch me versus Spectre or me versus Danger. Those are the two I'm most
And
proud
then
of. That
watch the whole hardcore hillbilly storyline. I
and
love
watch,
those fucking hype packages.
dude, I love it. I wanted to make it feel like you're watching like a Dukes of Hazzard episode, and because I just hang out with them so regularly, I just have collected so much
Oh
footage.
yeah.
Trying to make just like this tiny recap of Hillbilly, and he just like continually pops me. I love the dude. So yeah. So the only spoiler I'll give away for Blood and Honey is, of course, the Hardcore Hillbilly is on every card.
Yeah! Well, I'll definitely now be tuning in every
Tell the
show.
announcement for all of the Blood and Honeys. Hardcore Hillbilly is confirmed for every single Blood and Honey.
Let's go! I love to hear that. But I forgot where we were left off on the conversation here. I think we're going to the next question.
All right.
We were talking about some death matches you've done so far. We already covered that. And then I feel like I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, Spectre. If y'all motherfuckers don't know who that is, he is a fucking killer I love him.
Yeah.
I will always pronounce his name wrong, but I love the dude. He's got a great gimmick to him. I love it. He's perfect.
Dude, yes.
He's
Spectre's rad. Me and Spectre have had 3 different matches in Georgia, and he is like somebody that I like connect with and have really good chemistry with. Somebody I think is very underrated in the Southeast. So if you're a promoter and you're trying to think of like somebody to bring in, like I would recommend Spectre. I think he's really sick. The match that, like I said, me and him have is brutal. We just did so much crazy shit in that match. I gave him one of the nastiest weed whacker shots, like in that match. It's crazy. But yeah, big fan of Spectre. He's going to be a big part of the next Blood and Honeys and stuff.
oh yeah.
He's like yeah, just a big fan of that dude and his wrestling character, and there's just so many cool kind of cinematic stories. We did the whole like Spectre origin story, or he
Oh yeah.
filmed that. It was just like a short horror film, so it's I'm stoked. So yeah.
I love it. And I just remembered the actual thought. I had. The match with you and JJ with the RV was the first match I saw you where I went, I like this like it was the first time I saw you, and I was like, I like this motherfucker off the bat.
Hell yeah, thank you, man.
That was the match that put the Killbilly under the hot dog radar.
Hell yeah.
Ever since then I was like, this guy rules. And then you got the Blood and Honey going. I I fully support anything the Kill Billy does, honestly.
Ah, dude, thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we still have a couple questions left here, Nathan Mowery. I gotta know who is on your deathmatch wrestling Mount Rushmore.
Oh man, that's hard. Damn. I think Onita for sure, because I think he was basically he really he's like the godfather of it. He's really just the guy who made deathmatch what it is and made it really like the genre that it is. So
Hell yeah.
Onita created FMW, which inspired ECW, which inspired the Attitude Era of WWE. So his influence is massive. So Onita, and then I'd probably go Signic Mondo, even though his run was very short. It was very memorable, and it left just like it's kind of like I love when bands or wrestlers or just people like as soon as they hit their peak, they just quit.
Done.
And then it's just like, oh, you leave them wanting more. And then Nick Mondo really elevated that. He was like a big part of early YouTube or like LimeWire.
He really was.
Yeah, like that was like some of the stuff I would see. So I'd say Signic Mondo up there for sure. And then I would say probably Nick Gage, just because like he had a death match against Chris Jericho on television, so that's insane. Around the time he, his Dark Side of the Ring came out, and like he was just doing like a bunch of really rad shit, and like GCW, him and RSP were always telling like really cool stories, and like yeah. So he's probably like a Mick Foley, or just kind of like this generation's Mick Foley, in the sense that he's probably the gateway drug that most people have into hardcore and deathmatch wrestling.
Oh, 100%.
So, and I guess I would have to also include Cactus Jack as well, just because Mick Foley is the most famous hardcore wrestler of all time. And so you would have to include him. But how many is that? 3 that I've done?
I think you said Onita, Gage, Mondo, Foley. That's the 4
right
there.
Okay, cool. We'll do with that. And I know that, I want to say like
that's a solid 4, honestly.
I know.
Good mix.
But there's so many other people,
I know.
Tremont on there. I want to put Masada on there. I want to put Tank on there. I want to, like there's so many rad people in the history.
100%.
Love, but I would say those 4. At this very second in time, I'll change it up, I'm sure, as soon as we're done.
That's what everyone's saying. Like the answers rotate. That's how most of these questions are.
Yeah,
honestly.
definitely. In this very second, that's what I'll say.
Absolutely. And we're gonna move on, Nathan. If you've seen this podcast, we love talking about food. So we got a couple food questions I gotta ask you. One of my favorite ones. What is your favorite on the road snack and beverage combo? What are some of your on the road things that you get at the gas station, or you already pre-pack it?
So I'll hit up like a racetrack, and go get I usually go get 2 chicken sandwiches, a Red Bull, and a great Propel. I don't know if you know what Propel is.
I sure do.
Hell yeah, big fan of the Propel. And so that's that's usually my go-to. If I want to get some like a snack, then I'll probably get some peanut M&Ms. Those are kind of like, that's my big thing I like to snack on. But y'all bring me purple Propel. That's like my favorite, Great Propel. Big fan. So that's usually my go-to snacks. And if I'm going to go get beer, I'm going to go get some Miller Lights.
Hell yeah! I was about to say, and of course we're all about partying it up. Nathan Mowery, are you 420 friendly?
I am. Yes, I am.
Hell yeah! So that means I get to ask this question: what is your favorite strain of cannabis?
I honestly, dude, I'm not that fancy to know, man.
Okay.
When it comes to weed and coffee, it's like people ask me about coffee, and they're like, "Oh, do you like this kind of blend, or how do you?" It's like, I don't know, dude. I like gas station coffee and Folgers coffee. I don't really know fancy, so I don't even know the strains. But so I don't even know, man. I like a good just indica or whatever. I like
okay.
It's for me. It's just kind of like I'd rather just chill out at the end of a long day and listen to music or or write or brainstorm cool booking ideas for Blood and Honey. So that's usually my thing. And it just
I do a lot of fantasy booking, and I do graphic work, so I do a lot of fantasy booking in my spare time too. And I'll put some shit together, and I'm like, no one can know about this but me. And
right,
it's in a file locked away somewhere on an island. No
definitely.
one knows. It's an undisclosed island.
There you go.
But you talked about listening to music, so now I get to ask this question, Nathan. If you could book your dream concert lineup, 3 to 4 bands or artists, what would the lineup be?
All right, so I'm kind of like everywhere with music. Like I'm just a really big fan of music in general. So man, I think two of my favorite bands of all time. I'm gonna do a really weird mix. I don't,
I am all for it.
So I'm gonna do Every Time I Die is one of my favorite bands. I don't know if you are familiar with.
I have heard of them.
They are very fun. Like Andy Williams, like they're Every Time I Die is not a band anymore, but Andy Williams is the Butcher on AEW,
Yep.
and so that was crazy because I was a huge fan of Every Time I Die, and then when he became like a wrestler, I was like, man, this guy is an AEW and an Every Time I Die. This is the coolest dude of all time, you know. So probably say Every Time I Die, just because that's a band that I miss and love. And then if I could resurrect him from the dead, I would like to have Johnny Cash. I'm a big Johnny Cash guy. You know, I don't know if that would be very complimentary to Every Time I Die. It would be a very, very jarring switch up. You know,
Listen, we've had people be like, oh yeah, Metallica, this band, then like, oh yeah, ICP. And then you just think it's like, you have a crowd full of Metallica fans and juggalos. It's just like, dude, oh God.
Now I'm like bringing up my Spotify to even like, you know. Oh man. But yeah,
I feel like Chapel Roan would be on there.
Yeah, you know, I like Chaperone. Yeah, absolutely, Chaperone. You know what? Just because we're doing like Every Time I Die, Johnny Cash. Let's do. Man, I got to pick like a girly pop thing.
Chapel Roan.
Maybe we'll do Chaperone if we can't, or it could be Charlie XCX. It's a tough. I like both. So, but we'll go Chapel. We'll do Chapel. Every Time I Die, Johnny Cash and Chaperone.
Is anyone else topping this lineup, or are we just sticking with those three?
So we got pop, country, and heavy music. So what else are we missing? We gotta bring it together with something else.
We need some. I feel like we need some Beach Boys in this lineup for some reason.
Beach Boys or something of that sort to really round this this crazy lineup. I'm like looking at random CDs I just have sitting over here. Damn, I don't know. This is a really hard pick.
That's why I always say 3 to 4, because sometimes that last option is like, it's the realest toss-up ever.
Man, what is another band? I'm trying to think of like another genre to like spice up the variety.
Hell yeah!
Hold on, I gotta. This is very important. I love music too. Just a weak answer.
I love it.
Wait, I haven't said anybody from. I haven't said any like rap music, have I?
Oh no!
Boom! All right, we're gonna go with Wu-Tang Clan then.
There you go.
All right. Yep. That's the lineup. We'll go Every Time I Die, Johnny Cash,
Chapel Roan, the Wu-Tang Clan.
There we go. It would make no sense, and it would be just the most confusing audience of all time.
And guess what? Hardcore Hillbilly's the opening act.
I don't know if you saw him singing.
I did. That's what made me think about that.
There you go. He's just going to go out and sing the chorus of Colder Weather by Zach Brown Band, and then that's it. It's like 30 seconds, Hillbilly, standing applause, just covered in flowers and roses.
I love it. But we still have a couple questions here. Nathan Mowery, any cool interests outside of pro wrestling?
Well, like I am a filmmaker for a living, so that's a big part of my life. It's even a bigger part than the pro wrestling thing. That's just the thing that I talk and post about the most on the internet. So just filmmaking. So I'm just a big fan of cameras and storytelling and doing documentaries. So that's takes up a lot of my time, and all my free time I typically dedicate towards wrestling and also my wife, whom I love very much. So.
Hell yeah! I was about to say, you're recently a married man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we got married like a few months ago. So
was it at Monk's?
No, it was at So we had it in our backyard because we wanted to keep it kind of like simple and not crazy. And then we ended up going to Reformation Brewing in Canton, Georgia. And we were going to do it at the Action Church where we do the Southern Honor shows.
Where you went through the wall.
Where I went through the wall. Yeah, we were going to do it there, but unfortunately didn't work out. And they're tearing down that building, which is so heartbreaking. But where we did have the wedding was like not even a mile away, and we had a whole battle royal. And it's funny.
That's what I thought. I was like, they had a whole fucking. I love that.
It's unlisted on my YouTube right now. I was looking at it. It had just like the weirdest mix of people. It had Hardcore Hillbilly, Lindsay Snow, Carly Bravo, and Sean Dean from AEW. Darian Bankston, who's like the most legit wrestler ever.
Oh yeah,
he's in there with Hardcore Hillbilly doing spots, and I'm like, yo, what is this? So it's so.
It's like all your pals in one ring.
It really is. Spectre's in it. It's a good time. Like, yeah.
Well, hell yeah. I also got to know, Nathan Mowery, fans big question, what is it like having stunt doubles?
Stunt doubles? You mean like Eric? Yeah. You gotta keep, like, when you live a life as thrilling as the Kill Bill, you always have to have some, some stunt doubles on standby just in case things get a little too sketchy. So I'm glad Eric is there.
I love it. Shout out Eric.
So I could tag him in just in case,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like there's also just a big battle in the deathmatch community between the bearded long hairs and the balds.
Yeah, absolutely. Team long hair and long beard forever. I love to represent like the long hair, long beard community. And we got to have a crazy Survivor Series match or something against.
It's got to be War Games.
Yeah, War Games, dude.
It's got to be a War Games. I'm just one ring War Games, not two. We don't got to go too crazy for it. Yes. Give us one ring, let it explode. 4 balds, 4 long-haired people.
Perfect.
Blood and Honey 2026.
Yeah, there you go. Go off of the tears of Blood and Honey.
I love it. But you talk about filmmaking, I gotta know, Nathan Mowery, what is your favorite film of all time?
This rotates. This is going to be a multiple.
Give us a top 5 if you have to.
Sure, we'll do a top 5. I think the best movie ever made is The Shawshank Redemption, in my opinion. So that is like one of my favorites. It's like it's an amazing movie. Yeah, it's just amazing. I can't say enough about it. The Departed, I love that movie. That's another one of my favorite movies. Just a great, just kind of like gang movie. It's such a lot of great twists, great acting, a lot of really surprising moments in that. I would also have to say Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, just because it's a good, like, really, like, melancholy, like, sad kind of movie that's really fun, but it's also, like, done by a guy that does music videos. So it's just, like, all the visuals are really interesting, and it's cool to see Jim Carrey in a role where he's not just being super, like, goofy. So that was really good. And then my favorite comedy of all time is Hot Rod. I love Hot Rod. It's probably my favorite movie of all.
That's a good, solid. That is a great fucking list right there.
And I have like, I don't know how familiar you are with the movie Hot Rod, but there's like a guy who has a tattoo of of a guy pissing on an AM radio, and I don't have the guy pissing, but I do have like an AM radio on my arm from Hot Rod, but done kind of like in a more.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Hell yeah. Well, Nathan, we got 5 questions left. We got we still have some food questions that are unanswered. I gotta know, what is your favorite kind of sandwich?
Sandwich? Oh man. Is this what is the limit of sandwich? Are we including like just like burgers and subs and things of sorts? Are we just talking straight up just
anything between 2 nice slices of bread?
Oh man. I should have studied for this, man. There's damn. Okay. There's this place called Nukes. I don't know if you know of Nukes. I don't know if that's like a thing.
Put me onto something.
All right. There's a place called Nukes. I go there to lunch every day, and so there's a sandwich, and it's in sandwich, but also pizza form. I tend to get the pizza, but I enjoy also getting it in sandwich form. But it's basically just like grilled chicken with like white barbecue sauce, bacon, and it's just on like some really nice bread, and it's just like I will never get tired of it. So
So it's kind of like a chicken bacon ranch,
kinda, and it also
but
has
it's a different white sauce.
yeah, different white sauce, has some like jalapenos cut up in it, so it's like really nice. So I would say that's probably my favorite, just based on the fact that I eat it so often.
Well, hell yeah. Then you talked about it in pizza form. I gotta know. My shoot job is making the pizza pies.
Hell
Nathan
yeah.
Mallory, what's your perfect pizza?
Yeah, I mean, probably also the Nuke's Q Pizza. It's kind of like a running joke with my friends how much I go there. I literally ate there today. Like, I probably go 2 or 3 times a week to the same place to get the Nuke's Q Pizza. And some of my friends are trying it. They're like, yeah, it's okay. But I'm like, you guys don't understand. I love this pizza so much, dude. Like, if there's a Nukes around you, go try the Nukes Q Pizza. DM me and let me know your thoughts. Some of my friends are like, I don't get the hype, but there's just something about it that I just love, and I eat it multiple times a week. And it's the same thing. It's just, chicken and then jalapeno peppers and white barbecue sauce and bacon, and it's just
I'm gonna
delightful.
have to look this up because Nukes
Real
is
passion.
definitely not an Iowa thing. I definitely gotta look this up.
It might just be a Georgia or a Southern thing. I'm not entirely sure where they're all at. So
Well, maybe when I come down for Blood and Honey, you gotta take me there.
that's right.
There we go.
Honey,
There we go.
try it.
The date is set, hopefully soon in stone and maybe in blood and honey.
Indeed.
But Nathan Mallory, I also gotta know, I love asking this question. What would be your last meal after your retirement match?
Man. So I don't want to I could just say the Nukes Q Pizza, but
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
That's what I was waiting
I was
for.
gonna put up the Nukes Q Pizza again. No, I'll say something different. So my wife Michaela, she is from Kansas City, and she smokes like all the meats. She does barbecue, like unbelievable, like top tier level barbecue. Anybody that's had a barbecue can tell you how great it is. It's so good. So probably her barbecue, her like ribs that she makes with Kansas City Gates barbecue sauce. It's really really good. And she also makes really good chicken casserole, which I know is such a white thing to say. But she'll be like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Make some of that chicken casserole." And so she's like, "Okay, okay." She's like, "I could have made steak." I'm like, "Nah, chicken casserole. That's what I got for my birthday." She asked me,
Oh,
"What meal?
hell yeah.
You can have any meal that you want, and I will cook for you." Her expecting me to say steak, and I was like, "Chicken casserole," because I couldn't say the new
Simple.
So let's go.
I'll tell you, I am a whore for ribs. I will say that with a fucking
Dude.
pride. I love me some ribs. Fall off the bone. I will cry happy tears. Oh,
Man, we gotta get some kind of cookout going. So also for another side note for Blood and Honey, one of the big complaints was that we always ran Sundays, but so we're running Saturdays now. So that makes it easier. So maybe we could all hang, like everybody could,
yeah.
we like having people hang out at my house afterwards, so we can maybe if the cards fall correctly, maybe you can try some ribs. Who knows?
Oh yeah.
Who knows?
I went to a show once. Shout out, We Love Wrestling. They brought me to good old Pembine, Wisconsin, middle of nowhere, but for some odd reason had the best crab rangoons in town at this wrestling show. And it's I love just random things like that. So fucking wrestling show and ribs, sign me the fuck
Dude,
up.
yeah, I'm about it. Yeah, that's like, dude, yeah, my wife's ribs. My wife's cooking is unbelievable, but her ribs, dude, yeah,
It's
so
like
unbelievable.
it's like Mama Hot Dog's banana bread. That is the best in the world.
It's so good, dude. Yeah,
Literally.
I'm sure at some point in your life you will try those ribs.
I hope I do.
Yeah.
That means that is more just motivation to get me down to Blood Honey sooner.
Folks, so come on down.
Oh yeah. Well, Nathan Mallory, second to last question. I gotta know, what has been the most gratifying moment of your career so far?
I think the most gratifying moment was that Hoodfoot match. I think just because it was kind of like my first time on like a bigger show, because I only kind of did like smaller southeastern shows, and
Absolutely.
and I found, and I did ICW before just in the pit, but never in the chains. But that's like, and I'm a big fan of like ICW. When they were coming to Chattanooga, I would always go to the shows and check it out, and it's like, super awesome. And I was like, man, like I get an opportunity to get in there with Hoodfoot. You know, he's like
one of the top dogs right now.
dudes, man, and like he had the American Deathmatch Championship. I think maybe the longest. I'm not sure, but for a very long time.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, man, this is my opportunity to prove to people just how insane I am and how tough I am. And then, and I felt like I delivered on that. And then that's kind of what, got me to be involved with ICW the entire last year and just got to do a bunch of other cool shows. And I got to go from just like a Southeastern wrestler to kind of a wrestler that just went everywhere. So it was really cool. And, I posted a behind the scenes of that, so you can see my head and everything.
Oh yeah, you were covered,
and you can see my wife react to it, and she's like crying, not because she's like, bummed out because I'm so messed up, but she's like proud, and that was like a really cool moment, and I lost so much blood, and I was like cold for a few days afterwards, like and I had my hair ripped out, so I kept pulling hair, and it was clogging the drain in the hotel shower. And I kept bleeding, and so the shower and water, or the shower water and my blood mixed together, and it was like clogged, and so I was ankle deep in just this weird mix of water in my own blood, ankle deep in blood, and I'm just like, holy shit, this is crazy. But at the same time, I never felt more alive. So it's like, I love that, and that kind of like introduced me and opened the door to where it's like, all right, now there's no turning back. Like I am a deathmatch wrestler, so let's.
Oh yeah,
and I love it, and I love
absolutely.
Like, I'm a creative person. I'm a creative for a living, whether it be filmmaking or whatever else. But deathmatch wrestling is what gives me the most creative fulfillment, and that was probably like it made me feel like, all right, I'm not just some camera guy trying just to like play around, do a little deathmatch thing. Like now I'm like a deathmatch wrestler, and I'm proud to be one.
Hell fucking yeah. Well, Nathan, we are down to the last question. The final question, the reason we have Superstar Spotlight, Nathan, the deathmatch community has to know, what is your favorite kind of soup?
Oh man.
This is the fucking one.
This is gonna be a dumb question. Does chili count as a soup?
Absolutely.
Then we're gonna go with chili. I love chili, so I think chili. And if I could do something else, maybe just like maybe just a nice loaded potato soup. So just some potatoes and some like cheese and everything.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Probably those are my two. I'd say chili and like loaded like cheesy potato soup.
I am all for it. Well, Nathan, you've answered all the questions. We talked the soup. Now I put you on the spotlight. Plug your socials. Where can a booker promote you? Where can somebody watch all of Blood and Honey? Where can someone get some Nathan Mowery merch if available, or even hit you up to even be on a podcast or a booking? The spotlight is yours, my friend.
So I'm, at Nathan Mowery on everything, on Instagram, on X. I'm Nathan Mowery on Facebook. Feel free to add me. Sometimes I get an overwhelming amount of friend requests, so I don't add everybody. But Instagram's probably the best way of getting a hold of me. I'm open for bookings, podcasts, or whatever you want to hit me up for. If your band wants to do a rad music video, hit me up for that too. If you go to YouTube, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I have pretty much all my matches up there that I'm not embarrassed by that you can watch. You can see a lot of my documentaries, the music videos that I have directed. And you can see every single Blood and Honey. I put them up for free on YouTube in their entireties. So type in the Blood and Honey series, or if you're having trouble finding it for whatever reason, slide into my DMs. I'll send you the playlist link and everything you need to know about the Killbilly Nathan Mowery.
Absolutely. And Nathan, before we sign it off, anything you want to tell the fans out there?
Man, we're like I said, we're coming back. Blood and Honey, April 25th in Atlanta, Georgia. Give Southern Deathmatch Wrestling a chance. I want to do something really cool and really cinematic, so we want people to pull on up, see something different and a different Southern, unique cinematic twist to Deathmatch Wrestling. Catch me at ICW and whatever else I may be. Come say what up to my merch table. I'm an easy guy to talk to. Real chill. Bring me a Miller Lite.
Or a joint.
Or joints.
You
pizza, just whatever you have on you.
There you go. Well then, for the Killbilly Nathan Mowery, I'm Dewey the Hot Dog. Deathmatch United, soups, death matches, and all good things in between. And I'll catch you on the next one.